This is Independent Artist Recording Studio, which is a fully analog studio, the old way, retro, basically because it sounds better. This is our, we call it our editing suite. It's a 16-track Tascam and a Mackie board and some small clip speakers, and we use a lot of this as references after we've actually done the recording and the mix, so we can come back and listen to it on an alternative setup. So this is really just a little editing suite. You got all the DATs and stuff around here, so it's a little small room. People can get an alternative, idea of their songs. This is our Studio B, which, as you can see, it's got monitors on here. We use this as a rehearsal studio once in a while, but it's also where we use a lot of the guitars and other things. It's screened off from Studio A. We got the old amps here, the old Voxes, and basically we do use it a lot as rehearsal because it's a nice room. And so it's acoustically designed. You've got the Orlex in the corners to cut off the corners so the sound doesn't bounce around. And it's got a completely different sound to Studio A, which I'll take you into next. This is our Studio A, which is the main studio where we record the drums. And you got the baffles here. There's a lot of guitars stored here at the moment. Headphones are on the wall. All the mic stands are in the corner. Again, the baffles are cut off the corners. And we have the old-fashioned clock, which we do not like digital clocks. We like looking at the old-fashioned clock, but we don't watch the clock a lot. And basically we got the small window. And the reason for the small window, the retro window, is studios, they have these big, nasty windows, and glass reflects a lot of the sound very badly. So the smaller the window, the better the sound. I've built studios in England and in Australia, based on the same kind of design. They've been very retro and very successful. And this has been open now for a year. So we'll take you into the control room. This is the control room, and we have the near-field monitors, the Tannoys, and we have the JBLs. It's good to have the reference monitors. And this is the board. It's a Mackie 24x8, which is very good. We got a lot of outboard equipment here. We got delays, compressor limiters, and patch bay, various things there. You really don't need a lot of delays. We try to use a natural ambient reverb. This is the 24 track, which is the MS-24 Dolby S. They sold in 1990 for about $12,000, and they're a beautiful machine, a 1-inch, and they get a really good sound. It's really the Rolls Royce of the recordings. Excuse me. And if you look around, we got, again, the Orlex around the walls. We got an acoustic cloud, which keeps the sound down, traps the bass. And you got the nice lounge here, all the tapes in the corner. And we use this for computers or anything, but we really don't like to touch too much digital stuff in here. We basically have some other outboard DAC machines and CD recorders, but basically it's all reel-to-reel stuff here. Anyway, as I said, we are essentially an analog studio. The studio was built basically to attract country singers, solo artists, singer-songwriters, rockabilly bands, basic rock and roll. No real heavy metal or any of that stuff. We're really of the old ilk. We like that type of thing. We got a really nice acoustic guitar sound with our Neumanns. We got a selection of microphones, Neumanns, Sennheisers, AKGs. And they're very, very good, and we always get a good drum sound in here. Here comes our dog. This is a beagle. This is Lola. She's the studio dog. We found her abandoned, and she lives here now in the studio, don't you, Lola? Yeah, she's not interested. Anyway, consequently, it's, as I say, it's geared towards that kind of music. There are very rarely are there analog studios around in Chicago. They're basically mostly digital now, unfortunately. And these studios tend to open and close very quickly. As I say, a lot of this equipment was brought from overseas, and it was already paid for, so we really don't have a lot of debt hanging over us. So, if you're very interested in coming to see us, we're on the south side of Chicago, and we'll leave our phone number, and you can book some time in this lovely retro studio, independent artists, and you'll be amazed at the sound you get.